insightful video that I'm looking forward to seeing if we get to catch those tendencies. Hello everyone, we're back. Third map, Vitality ENCE, and the loser of this down to a stacked lower bracket.
And it's just Zywoo on B, and they're all coming his way.
Well, Mirage, Zywoo, we've just seen some of those highlights. You got any more of them in the chamber? One click, one head. Spinks puts him dead. Madden's already got Kitchen. So like 20 seconds in, and already feels like it's stacked against Magisk and Co. Bomb now ticking. Madden puts Hot Lead in the head. Masuta still trying to forge a path in, but Madden's got help. And it looks like Vitality really have no options other than to try and take no Kevlar damage, get that cheap upgrade into your attempt next round.
Yeah, might even see some Famis's come out here. So Apex has already called this one off. Dupree lingering around over towards that vent room, hoping to catch anybody sleeping as they exit the site. But Masuta, he's hightailed it. Apex trying to chime in top mid for a bit of a crossfire here with that P2K, but simple stuff. Zywoo only able to get one, and the round falls in the favor for ENCE. Now, just to note, it is the third map of the series, which means we would knife aside. Vitality won the knife, and they have opted to start on the CT side.
Well, ENCE have opted to start with a one pistol. Success. And only really Madden and Spinks necessary. Two names I think we need to be talking a lot about if we do see a competitive affair here. I certainly hope so. I think this is a map that's very, very much at the top of the table for both of these teams, but I've seen some incredible Mirages out of ENCE and Vitality.
Well, we are seeing the buys come through, and obviously with that saved Kevlar, I mentioned the Famis has come out, and they've opted to all three get in with the rifle. So this is actually quite a potent-looking CT second round. Normally the Ts, we see the Galils come out, sure, but the CT side, this is a little bit more unusual as we gear up for more of an A execute. Snappy, he's made it. Oh, he's done it again.
I knew it. Yeah, as soon as I see Zywoo posted up, that scout already gives them a leg up. Those AKs, those Galils, they mean nothing in a 5v4, especially if it gets worse. Masuta, bang, back of the head of Snappy, and it just keeps this snowball becoming an avalanche very quickly into round 2-4.
Yeah, well, it's the poles remaining. Hades is going to take out one. Apex hits the deck. It's dycha chipped on down as well, and they're looking to hightail it and back on out of this A commit. Now, they can try and re-maneuver, rejig, but look at Dupree. The push that he's opted for is already going to cotton off this T-spawn rotation. So as Hades, just gets a bit of a mistiming there. It might be dycha to get greeted with a face full of hot lead.
Now, Hades just checked. Is dycha aware that he could? Yeah, I mean, you can't even fault him. He's seen his teammate call it clear, and Dupree will wrap it up. That feels good. And look at the Hoover that they'll manage to deploy and scoop up at least one extra rifle. AK-47 for Dupree.
Yeah, that's nice. But isn't it crazy how if you just lose the CT pistol and 3 players stay alive with Kevlar, that you can have 3 Famises into the next round of play? It's extremely threatening, and so is that. The fact that Zywoo can find you that opening is huge. This
scout
here, right, we've spoken about it, Alex. What are the teams that we've mentioned so far in the lower bracket? Heroic and G2. They lost their openers to NIP and Movistar Riders respectively, which means Movistar Riders is on the same side of the bracket as these two teams. Whoever wins this game gets a chance at the Spaniards for a spot in the arena.
No disrespect to Movi here, but that is essentially, this battle is for Lanxess or not. It's how it feels, it's how it looks, and this one looks good for Vitality. Nice drive-by, Snappy on the Tech 9. Run down by Apex, they're trading evenly. It does certainly favor them for the plant. The Armored Deagle for Spinks and Hades. Make it just Hades, and he's not got the Kevlar to help him here. Good clicks, nothing lethal. Vitality have come in focus for this one. And already, not only losing the pistol, they have not only taken the force, but taken this one by storm. 3 rifles alive. And it is going to put ENCE into a bit of a dire strait.
Yeah, they might have to take a save here. Even though they get the bomb down, the high end is 3.3, the low end is 2.7 here. So some Deagle upgrades likely, but it shouldn't be any AK-47s or buys coming out behind this. Loss bonus into the next will be that 2400 mark. And I'm telling Porky Pies.
It's Snappy, you forgot who it was.
Yeah, this is the thing. Snappy, you know, he's not all about the speed, but he's all about the force spies, right? I know we had the quote of them saying, yeah, we just rush faster, but they definitely have some slower plays in their playbook. So maybe a bit of hyperbole there. But for them force spying, they love to get stuck in, and this is still early stages, so the economy for Vitality is still quite brittle here. You can understand the decision making, but if ENCE can't find any traction in a round like this, it might start hitting them mentally. So you've invested, you need to at least get a kill or 2 with that bomb going down.
I mean, I don't have to spell it out for everyone at home. You know the downside of the constant force buy mentality. You can get yourself in a hole quick. Giving Vitality an opportunity against lesser guns, but it's still Snappy. First with the Tech 9, imposing. And now Snappy with a frag, proposing a second round.
Look at the
for
space.
ENCE. Yeah, Masuta might have something. Wow, Madden's ready, and this is the power of ENCE. Look how convincing this is. There isn't really anyone under any threat. Magisk caught in the open. And we're on for a spotless return from ENCE.
That was like watching Disney on Ice right there, because after you get the opening kill that ZywOo offers up, you can see the transition from Snappy across the face of jungle. But at that same time, Spinx has peered out of the A apartments and gotten the kill onto Apex, who was just starting to leer into that position. So that just gave Snappy a clear opening to get on in. So all the pieces of the puzzle fell perfectly in place for ENCE to level things back up 2-2 and put poor dupreeh up in this hot-placed vent room. Hades down, but they know where he is, and he's going to get found by Snappy. Great round from the in-game leader of ENCE.
Oh, we're going to have a good Mirage. 4 rounds in, I'm telling you, we're going to have a good Mirage.
Both maps have been competitive, but both starts of the maps have had massive sprees.
Yeah.
So if we can get a bit more of a back-and-forth affair here, and a bit of a frustrated-looking Apex there, everybody hitting some zingers, some shots. Great work from ENCE to keep themselves in it, and actually, Vitality are the ones to relent. They don't want to continue with these forced by wars. They're going to hand this one over to ENCE on a bit of a silver platter here with a couple of spinning deagles and a P250 that might be difficult to swallow if they do land, but it is a B stack to start for the French-Danish mix. Apex is the one patrolling around connector and window early, and we'll keep our eyes on some of those tendencies once we flick over to the T side that Mahone highlighted just before we got into the snaps. Some key details there that I'm sure ENCE have been digging into.
Yeah, the most interesting one for me was the smoke that Magisk throws. We'll talk about it more in that second half, but the fact that that is the indicator that he's solo mid.
It is nice to hear from
Mahone.
He used to be an analyst for NIP, for those who are unfamiliar. So it's good to kind of get a look into what he might do, but now, they're going into the stack.
Exactly that. Now, Magisk might have done Hades dirty. There's a lot more coming. Oh no! Vitality have struck, and it's the deagles, only the deagles, the pistols, and they pull it across the line. A smirk creeps onto the face of Dan Madisclair, and a roar to follow. They did not deserve that one. They had no right to post a third in that round.
It's quite night and day. You saw the previous round that they lost, one that they likely should have been winning, and he looked like it was the end of the world. And then they pull this one out. The guy's yelling to let you know this is massive from Magisk. He has been an absolute force over all 3 maps with key multi-frags, and another one here added to that tally.
Chad, you're an in-game leader. Calling a gamble and it paying off to that extent, it must be euphoric.
Look, when you're able to stack a sight on what is essentially a full eco, and they walk into the lion's den and they keep coming, it's like my brain is the biggest in the building.
I am in your head, Marco. I'm in your head. I know what you're thinking. I know. Snappy versus Apex in the calls, and that's a big call to make. Look how quickly that's just pulled us straight into just gun-on-gun action.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for Snappy and Hades, they're going to have to... Oh, well, I think Hades might get the AWP off dycha at some point, but dycha's the one who's going to look for the opening here over towards middle.
Oh, he had the spawn.
He's charging towards mid here. He's going to be able to go for a little bit of a peek. And a chance from dycha, blinded. Apex down these rounds.
Yeah, this is fun. Okay. Well, Apex silenced. Magisk tested. Look at that wallback. Very suppressing. He's taking a lot of damage. Smokes are up to try. And guys, he's not retreating. Quite the opposite. Quite the contrary. Magisk wants to stand and bang. Supported by ZywOo's flashes. Safe now, Madden up on Tetris, and Magisk going even further afield. Any peek out of Hades is good, and Madden does catch him. So a 2-man lead for ENCE here to pull us right back into that even keel.
Snappy's position is key right now. He's not hearing anything towards B, and Madden has found another one on the A site. More exchange. Masuta will get one back here, and dupreeh's found Madden during all of this. So we're in a 3-on-3. Make that a 3-on-2. How is this falling apart so quickly? Snappy's in B.
Yeah, it's weird as hell now. And with dycha, AWP, no armor. He found the opener.
But he has the bomb. He can run all the way back. If he starts running right now, dupreeh might hear him. He's going to catch him off. The bomb's going to be down in T-spawn. This is going to be miserable timing for dycha if he continues on this adventure, and dupreeh's heard it.
Oh, he knows, and he's going to time it so well. Down goes the bomb. You can see he's screaming it, and Snappy, oh, maybe there's something to be said with Masuta's HP. He could just find the first. We could be talking. It's ZywOo and dupreeh, and Palace is the first objective. Can't get past ZywOo. And we will see Vitality. I can't believe they've recovered so quickly. If you just went and got a glass of water, you missed some rounds. Vitality
some counter.
4, ENCE 2. Madness. Let's see this again. So dycha with an opening. blind as a bat, pulls it off, and you think that's a leg up, especially when Magisk dies too.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I understand why Magisk is pushing back in because it falls silent, so he's been lured in. Madden gets that kill, but they hang around for too long. So the fact that they were waiting was great as soon as that kill came in, but they were hoping for an overstep, and well, the step was them off the ledge. Zywoo pushing up mid alongside of Magisk here. Actually, it's Zywoo in the backlines. It's dupreeh and Magisk just charging on up, taking control of a round here where ENCE have actually not gone for the force buy. So just some light upgrades. The 5th here destined to be as Musita wants to charge them away from the B site. 2 quick ones. And yeah, the 3rd for style points. Come on, Musita, you don't need your brothers here. Just get it done on your own.
There you go. Just need a fresh magazine. Did you ever read or have any subscriptions to magazines as a kid?
I just would get my dad photography magazines and surfing magazines.
Nice.
He was into those 2 things.
I remember hiding FHM under my bed. Do you have FHM in Oz?
I think we had it or something similar.
Yeah.
It wasn't a naughty mag.
Nah, Greg's Chicken Bake and an FHM. That's what I spent my lunch money on.
You're a big spender.
That's right. Starving all day just for my magazine and my sausage roll. So we are going to get back into the guns, and I really am kind of bewildered as to the way in which they've gone down. It felt like we were about to be seeing a constant trade of blows, and then these advantages ENCE have found haven't always been converted. Now, this time I was called by ENCE, but you can see that they're... I mean, attitudes are high. I've honestly... I have never seen Zonic smile this much in the history of his coaching career.
I'm sure that Apex is talking a few choice words, which would put a smile on anybody's face. And with how things have kicked off here, you can understand why. And I'd be quite happy going into round 8 if I was Vitality and I knew what ENCE's buy looked like. It's 4 AKs and a Krieg, but it's light on the util department. 3 flashes, a molly, and a couple of smokes. They're going to have to hit A.
How are you supposed to win a T round with 3 flashes and 4 players? D has called it back. Magisk might peek on the black smoke. dycha down. Great snap. Great double. Wow, Magisk. Good spray as well back from Snappy. He hasn't converted onto Zywoo, but he's inflicted damage and he's going for a ballsy plan. Someone needs to contest this over the top. The nades, they don't read it. Just in the smoke, he gets it down. He's got Spinks alongside.
But look at all the util right now for Vitality to retake this. We saw on Dust too, when they were able to piece it together as a unit, their retake looked pretty schmick. So Molly over towards the reverse side, the deep side box, and they have smoke to work with as well.
2 more, where do you put them?
The ramp and Palace would be perfect, and
one on the bomb would even also work.
Yeah. You've got it all.
Dumping util, going to be very hard to clutch up now. Crosshair was right on the money. Snappy caught out, and Spinks can't do nothing. Just going to have to back away. Happy to at least maintain the AK, but that's another Vitality retake that just looks too easy.
Yeah, and so far Magisk has been the MVP of the series for me. I know that Zywoo had a pretty good showing over there on Dust too, but we still made it to the 3rd. So Magisk, again, just locking down this site almost single-handedly. 3 massive kills for him as they try and run on up, and he's getting it done with 1 mag.
And that's what's so impressive. Not only 1 mag, but he's 1 man. This whole setup, we saw Mahone talk about it, it's typically Zywoo Apex mid, Musita dupreeh towards B. It is just Magisk when they're doing these quick A plays, and he's managing to not only contribute, but he seems to be being the top of the tables. I mean, he is, yeah, what area is he at now? Magisk 8, and alongside with Musita, it's very good signs of life that dupreeh, Magisk, and Musita are all having very comfortable Mirages so far. Now, that's ENCE's 2nd timeout. We're burning through them. 8 rounds in, 2 timeouts deep.
You don't want it to feel like Nuke.
You don't.
Right? You definitely don't want it to feel like Nuke. And I'm sure if you're Vitality, you don't want it to feel like Dust too. So right now, they have been able to purchase back in. The plant is going to help facilitate that. This one has a little bit extra utility around it. But I don't think we'll be seeing them just with an A go out the gates again. We saw ENCE after timeouts will come through. Saw would traditionally get them to go for something a little bit more standard as dycha heads towards B, Madden top mid, and the other 3 over towards A in the early stages. Magisk has some help this time. Apex is close in towards the side as Zywoo was spamming through the mid window to maybe make himself seem bigger than he is, and he has combination of dupreeh on Cat. So the CT setup is actually ready for an A play, but it's still extremely early in the round.
We just talked about it, didn't we? You know, normally it's Magisk alone. Well, this time it's a very different kettle of fish. Happy to just count on dupreeh from that short side to just be the early warning system.
dycha's coming back now. Madden's made the top mid box, so I think they'll allow him to lurk. So it will be an A go, but much later in the piece as the 60-second mark is destined to come in. A flash top mid for information. They see nobody's home, but they know that the top mid box is not clear. Apex floating back, and ENCE are starting to make their march towards this A bomb site.
It's just snappy. He's got loads of nades at his toes as well. He's just going to keep throwing them. First smoke lands, response from Apex. Zywu wants answers, and Magisk, we talked about it, has got 4 players coming straight towards his location. He's in the most cleared box in all of the site. Can he really pull it off again? Yes, he can! The timing, it's supreme, and he gets 2 again. The dream for the A defender. He's still managed to maintain an advantage for the squad. CT not smoked, wide open, Spink somehow alive. Snappy does weather the flame for a second. They're all rotating through now, and they don't have the time to go anywhere else.
Yeah, dupree's also got the flank here. This one should be done, and, well, Apex with the kill into Spinks almost confirms it. Masuda will 7-2, and it started so competitive this half, but the scoreline now really starting to fall in Vitality's favor. A 5-round lead, and not only that, look at the cash that they are boasting right now. dupree, after a full buy, still has 11K, and we'll keep showing you the highlights of Magisk here. Another double. And the fact is, right, when you're that A defender, I think a lot of players think, right, maybe you guys in Pugs or Matchmaking at home think that you need to just hold those positions. They can't get out. Well, you can allow them to get out. You just need to let your teammates know. And once you activate as that surprise, the jack in the box, that's where you can find some penetration. As now we're heading over towards B. dycha top mid this time round. The other 4 ready to tackle this site.
I love the boost. It seems like it's the perfect time to do it as well. They're coming in, and dupree will not be checked. He will not be cleared, and he will be utilized. Look how quick they shut that down. ENCE have got nothing to celebrate into round 10. And that's until dycha's D fills the feed. A quick one to the dome. Apex gone. Magisk, you wouldn't go through. He just comes and brings the fight to him. Onyx loving life right now, and they've just won out the CT half.
Well, the thing is, they're showing a lot of confidence in the fights that they're taking here, and they're not backing down either, which is huge. I think Vitality is starting to feel the vibe right now, whereas ENCE, I know that they had a good showing on the previous map right here.
Bloody hell, look how much money dupree's got. 14K.
You want to know why? He died once.
Oh, that will help.
That will definitely help.
One death.
Zywu's only died twice and Masuda 3 times. So yeah, that shows you that not too many kills have really spread for ENCE so far.
Time for the individuals to dust themselves off and get back into this one. You want confidence? I've got confidence for you. Look at this.
Stand and fight.
Just 3 of them saying stand and bang, come and get us. dycha, oh, that was an opportunity. And then now just, blocking each other. An even trade. Spinks needs to get away. Dipping under was Apex. Look at this. They are bringing the fight to ENCE. They're not letting them play their game. No Spink.
Oh, the quick change.
Switch.
Because you're not expecting that.
Of course not. Of course not. This is brutal. Vitality, I don't know what the team talk was or what has changed, but they essentially have said ENCE are not as good as us in it, but maybe a few more choice words.
Yeah, a bit more colorful language, I imagine. I can only picture the little team talk they had outside the huddle. We have some fiery individuals here, but I'm sure ENCE had one of their own, as Hades would love to get him activated with this orb. Apex is coming. Don't
knife.
He didn't hear this.
He's not a knifer, is he?
I can't imagine. Okay. All right. That one right there is still frustrating for Hades, but you're right. If it was a knife, you could only imagine the tilt level.
I mean, you know, I feel like I have quite a good barometer for tilt, and I think Hades is fully in the tilt bucket.
What I need to bring up here, because this seems like it's one-way traffic right now, we mentioned that the winner of this matchup would go through to play on the Movistar Riders group. They beat G2 just a little bit earlier, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, that's a pretty tidy opponent to face for a spot in the arena. Yeah. Well, guess what? During the play-ins, if you didn't catch the last 2 days of Counter-Strike, shame on you. I don't know what you were doing. You missed some great games, but the Movistar Riders, to lock their place in to the group stage, beat Vitality 2-0, and Pius is on some form right now. So Vitality, maybe not thinking that's a juicy morsel, maybe not a team that they'll be able to blow on over. That's a game that they've already lost in this tournament so far.
The contrast is apparent as we take intermittent shots of both of these teams. Team Vitality 9, ENCE 2. 9-6 is a complete resuscitation. Looking at the buy, it seems like even that's not a conversation. And so we're into the thick of it now.
Yeah, you have to turn to Spinks here on this AK for a bit of a hero moment here. Towards the A-ramp.
Missed window smoke, they really are under the pump. Where's that? Let me I can check. Yeah, it is. Ah, it's a T smoke. Missed its target. Zywu has full info mid. I think this is the pressure starting to be visible in the gameplay now. There's another attempt.
Yeah, well, the late window smoke as Spinks starts to activate here. You can see vision denied. Spinks looking for a kill, and the superstar for ENCE needs something. Speculative shots. He has identified the position of one, but can't get anything done.
Yeah, dupreeh yet to concede a second death. Snappy puts his head up on the bench. dupreeh's just going to live forever. Nice chip damage as well. Snappy caught on the reload. HE bang on the money.
New angle for Spinks here. He's joined the pack in mid, so going to try and wield this AK up connector. Multiple targets to find.
dupreeh should have vision of them if they want to commit to this, and Magisk will combine. Good catch. He knows where dycha is as well. Madden. Oh, wow. How's he got a second? He's swung around there. He's very low, but he's using that AK better than Spinks did. Down and out. Down now as well as Madden. 3 on 3. That's bomb. That could be round. Apex a double this time. And we're looking at the double digits. Masuta gets it, and Zonic is having the time of his life. I think, and I truly believe, that what we're talking about in terms of what the upper bracket feels like and what the lower bracket feels like is a motivating factor in why Danny Zonic is feeling and acting this way. This is a third map, best of 3 at Cologne. Don't forget just how, we just found out that it's sold out, by the way. Oh, Cologne sold out for weekend.
That's what we want to see.
You can only get Friday tickets.
Okay, well, let's sell those out as well if we can.
I'm just saying there's a lot to motivate you to want to get to those next stage of competition. 6 spots.
Well, this is wild as well because Mouse have actually taken a map off of Na'Vi in that series. So that game is still wide open.
Yeah. And dupreeh's whipping out an AWAP. Got plenty of cash, why not have a splash?
This is mental, Alex. They're feeling the game so much. They are just doing something different every round. They're reading, they're gambling. Masuta, as Mahone told us, is the B defender, is now in T-spawn at 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock, completely segregating anything that ENCE want to do. So best of luck, boys, because this is a kill.
Yeah, it's a horrible death for Spinks. You can't help but feel hard done by there.
And how do you react?
And you can have mid. Like, it's either Vitality, you've got 3 in mid and you just can't get any traction, or you just walk on in. It's frustratingly how free this is, and okay. dycha, he paid a heavy price when he met Magisk, but he does pull us back into the 4-on-4. Apex just disrespects the flame, and it leads to 2, 3 frags for Vitality. Only dycha so low, but hope grows. He gets 3. He knows Zywoo was close on that corner. Avoid the nade, safe and sound. dupreeh has an AWP, it could get awkward. 40 seconds, and that bomb's still on the floor. Zywoo with a nice reposition into the Palace. I don't think that's going to be the top of dycha's dome as to where he could have gone to.
No, this is such a difficult round for dycha to win here, but if anyone for ENCE is going to pull it off, it'll be this man on your screen. Right here, right now, the pride of Poland does scoop up the bomb, and 22. I don't know if he has time to pivot. It might actually, I was going to say be the save, but he is gallivanting now, quickly up catwalk. Will need to get a move on. dupreeh's watching this.
He'd have to miss. He'd have to miss, and that's not going to happen. Another in the bank for Vitality. They are getting so close in the first half to closing this one out.
And I want to point this out, right? This team, this new Vitality roster with the Danes coming in to mix with the French was meant to be a title contending squad.
God squad.
And when they started off, it has been very, very rough, right? We saw that win for them over there in Lisbon, right? We think, okay, they've got some confidence now. They're going to carry that one forward and they're going to unlock the full potential of this team. But the desk was very harsh to start the day on what they saw during the play-ins. And Mirage of all maps, I want to contextualize this some more, was a map they started playing a lot. They went on a 7-0 streak on the map when they were playing it in the early stages. The map, they got to start banning it. They got to start playing Ancient. Now they're 11-2 up against ENCE, and it might even be 12.
God, oh, it's illegal. You shouldn't be doing this to these boys. ENCE getting manhandled here on Mirage. Spinks cannot live anywhere. He's been flanked by Masuta. He's been rushed by Apex. One back, yeah, it's just a consolation at the tombola, really. dycha will try as he might. He stayed as consistent as he can be in the face of such adversity. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, they'll sacrifice a couple of bodies here, but I think with dycha being crispy, they know that they don't need to overstep the mark individually, so just trying to lure him in with the bait there. That's one back. Masuta steps out, and he will mop it up. I hate to say it, but I think we're done.
Oh, I think Zonic just wants... Apex is like, what are you doing? I'm having fun. Don't call the timeout. No, hey, we were having a ball. Well, but Zonic really wants a 13th.
Yeah, okay. Well, if they get 13, Well, I just said I think it's done. Look, if they get 13, it's almost definitely done. I don't know how ENCE are going to come back from this. This would have to be one of the biggest comebacks I think I've witnessed. Yeah,
or a complete crumbling of this star-studded Vitality roster. Throwing back to what you were talking about, a lot of interesting points there. I think the fact that Vitality did take such a while to grow accustomed, it doesn't surprise me. I think a lot of people wouldn't be surprised considering what you attempted to do. No one has tried to do this.
Well, the thing is, right, when you know and you see Zywood there in interviews joking in English and speaking like he's having no issues whatsoever, that does fill you with hope with the communication situation, right? But it's definitely taken some time.
I mean, look how long it took that Kingwin roster with Rain to become FaZe and win a major. You know, look at that, was that 7 years it took?
We're looking for another pivot towards mid. Vempu's coming through and give him one more. Come on, Vitality.
Oh, a miss from Zywood. There's something to celebrate if you're an ENCE fan. See many of them, and pressure applied to short and connect simultaneously. They are ready. Crossing T's, dotting I's, and it's Madden with one, an immediate, instantaneous trade out of Misuta's M4. Bomb floats through. Hades to fill the gap. They are not perhaps expecting this. Hades has been quiet, but he could get loud now as he gets the one. 2 versus 3, still tough. Spinks detached. He has no answers on A. It's suspiciously quiet on A.
And now they're not fighting them. They really want this 13th round. I can only imagine what Zonic said during that time out here. Spink's going to put himself in a very open position.
Oh, lovely gap. They missed the molly. And look what it leads to. A punishment. An Apex to finish. Look at the damage. 13 to 2. Vitality's vibe, stark contrast to that events right now.
This is looking like a brilliant haul from Vitality here. The team that we wanted to find some confidence. Looks like they found that and more. Let's see if they can get this one done clean after the break. ENCE, this is going to be some comeback.
We can maybe go and hold long instantly, Oleg.
I want to do Stout Hunter.
Under? Okay.
I haven't been there yet.
You can do it, it's good.
I will smoke the molly, man.
Okay. I'm holding flash if they do double molly first. Did they do double molly?
No, shot again, I think.
I'm under the slide, okay? They nade me.
They might took shot again.
Yeah, they did.
I can molly balloons and flash.
Yeah, wait. Molly it now.
Nothing. I can flash.
Flash.
Flashing in front of you. Dang.
ENCE and Snappy desperately trying to come up with a solution. This time it's a triple boost to Pure towards short water.
I'll smoke.
They smoke monster.
I smoke toilets now.
13 to 11, 2-round lead for FaZe.
We go into Vindigo now, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they have shot, so it could be a bit out.
They have short.
Spam either direction or make a movement toward either side. He could react to it, but he knows there's a timer. He's backed off, goes safely toward the site.
We can also just search monster. That's also fine. If we cannot take short, just search monster, boys.
Be on the right side, yeah.
It can be
Leaving A now.
Let's come late, Pavel.
Just hold our rain, we will clear right.
Hold on. I'm playing late for. We smoke banana. We smoke banana.
I'm doing the flash now.
Close short. They're going back. They're rotating B, boys.
Let's see shot.
Look at ABC, ABC.
Triple boost. He did push or something. Yeah.
Full blind.
Water,
boys.
That smoke, the one we just saw in front of Kerrigan, saves them, but Twist goes above and beyond.
Move back side.
Bomb going down, despite the awkwardness and the chaos within the site that it was about to ensue inevitably.
Have an op.
One more somewhere around.
Planting.
Should be water.
Desperate to try and get that bomb down once more. Rob's going to take the same approach. Saved by Hades.
Tu Iwan.
Może gala.
Take a shot, Pavel.
Ja zachodzę galę, Gala jest. Zachodzę.
How it's favored, how it's switched, how he spawned it. Nice shot back onto Dia. Ring tag to 19. And Hades, who's clutched out a one-on-one already versus Twist, has to do the same on Rain.
Nice one!
Howdy folks, we're back in business and so are Vitality. It has been a roller coaster this best of three, but here we find ourselves at the second half, the final half of play between these two. A lower bracket seems almost certain for ENCE at this point.
Yeah, quite a stark contrast here in the reactions. It has just been an absolute drubbing for ENCE right now, down in a massive hole. They will have an opportunity now to attempt to defend here on himself.
They have just I mean, they threw the rulebook out the window. Every player just playing how they fancied. It really did feel that way. Vitality reinvigorated into Mirage, and you can see the dycha donning the dualies.
Oof, 1x bet odds have really blown out here.
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming.
dycha baited, just a little flash of dupree's earlobe, and he unloads a couple.
You're not going to continue to head down there, so the plan might have to change right now for Vitality. You will have to give up the push through that underpass position, as Smokes will don the A bomb site here, which will enable Magisk to look for a fight. Hades towards the Tika position, and that is a great kill for him. The fourth only, but might build some confidence as Masuda and dupreeh, they go for a bit of a looky-loo in towards the B site that has been left open.
Yeah, one's already across. That's really powerful, but dupreeh's spotted. dupreeh can take some liberties now.
dupreeh's done enough.
His distraction has worked wonders. dycha, however, caught out. That's bomb. Careful. Apex has lost it. Masuda caught out, and Snappy as well. ENCE have done it on the pistol. It's clean. Near spotless. One casualty, and it's the start of an arduous and long journey. Like, they're still in Hobbiton right now. Mount Doom's on the other side. Gandalf's just fired off some fireworks. This journey starts now for ENCE if they want to keep this fantasy becoming a reality. 13-2, go 13-3. Vitality probably going to have to accept that fourth is imminent.
The thing is, when you have such a commanding lead here, to get stuck into a force fight and allow ENCE to not only get a couple of rounds under their belt, but likely build some confidence, would be the less than ideal option. So as we can see here, they are just creating one of these little Glock tank setups. Everybody just holding onto their starter pistol here and likely to see this clock run down. But I imagine what is unfortunate for you, the viewer at home, and us, the commentators here, is that ENCE operated with 4 M4s, and the only piece of utility that is left with 1 minute and 25 seconds left on the clock is a smoke. So if it's name of the game to hope for a push or hope to bait utility, I don't know if they're going to get either. So everybody, right now, I've almost broken the set again.
You scared me.
Yeah, it's all right.
What is your biggest blunder?
My biggest blunder?
What have you tripped and stumbled? You've broken an arm, a leg?
I've never broken a bone.
Nice, same.
Does a toe count?
I would argue against that, because I think apparently you break your toe every time you stub it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, we'll cancel that. As a kid, I had a swing set in the backyard, and I wound it up.
Yeah?
And,
you were trying to wrap it up at the top.
And then went inside Dizzy with the same height as the doorknobs, which for some reason was sharp, and split my eye, lid open, and had to get stitches.
Oh. Kids will
Not
do the
that bad of a
damnedest
blunder.
things. No, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, maybe if we get another recall like that, we can find out what your biggest blunder was.
Yeah. I think I can come up with something that's safe for broadcast.
Well, this is where it really starts for ENCE. You have to deal with these AKs. You had a very clean round right there, and if you can do the same here and upgrade those M4s into the AK-47s, you might be on to start convincing us that this is a possibility. But right now, a mountain to climb. Silent out the gates here was just a top mid smoke drop during all of this. You can see that orange smoke top mid on the radar, about to fade any moment here as Masuda and dupreeh have investigated down towards the underpass. And
this is a curious setup.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're expecting a push, because they don't actually have that much map control right now. It's almost destined to be a bit of a B hit
Waiting
late.
for some cues. Yeah, maybe there's something they know that we don't, because they've gotten away with it. You know, like there's no answers.
They're ahead of this smoke, Alex. This is scary for Snappy. I don't know if he saw anything, but he knows now.
Yeah, well, here they come. Suta, usually good for one into the B site. Snappy stands strong. And more required and requested, but it's a little shy. Just
Everyone else
trims
is
the
smoked off
fingernails of Dupree. Smoke onto the site. Hades, Spinks, they're all here. Good bullet connects.
Oh,
Diaz,
uh-oh.
Killed Hades. This is an advantage gone away and still even trades. They're low. And Spinks is making them lower. Double from Spinks. Can't finish Apex. How does he get away with that? 10 HP as he jumps out the window. A single bullet, a paperclip could have done it. Oh, he's not expecting Madden. Timing, Counter-Strike looking the wrong way. He expected it. The slow crawl of Madden saves ENCE's bacon.
I think a cheeky little grin on dycha's there, face just there. You know, that was quite funny.
I didn't catch how it happened.
Well, this
Smoke
is
spam?
because Hades jumped out into the smoke, right? So maybe dycha was spamming and Hades stepped into it. But they do salvage the situation.
I mean, by a gnat's wing.
Yeah, very, very close scenes here, and the bomb going down. So Vitality could buy in again with AKs and Galils or go for a half buy. Now, there is a chance that being too conservative can be an issue as well, right? And this is the flip side and the conversation that needs to be had. So they will go for a half buy. And to be fair, we've seen them win a couple of rounds like this.
Yeah, we definitely did. I mean, I think that gamble stack here on Mirage is probably the most recent in memory. Apex. Ooh, slips off his boost. Spinks is still looking to find his voice here on Mirage. It would be a perfect time to do it. He is somewhat of a monster on CT, and they've double Molotov back-to-back back boxes. So this was really just to ensure that no early mid-info was taken. Apex, if he goes any wider, he will have to contest. And it is a tag, a frag, a double from Spinks back. dycha takes a risk, costs him his life, and the leveled odds down to a 3-on-4. 18 frags for Masuta. That's been a quiet one, but he has definitely been having a lot of fun in that first half. He was defending A with Magisk nicely.
Yeah, everyone was all over the shop on that CT half, weren't they? And you said everyone kind of felt like they were doing what they wanted. I think for a period there, in the beginning, Apex was making some really good calls and reads, and then after that, you're right. If somebody said, hey, I'm feeling this, I think he just let them off the leash, and you saw the Hounds put up a massive haul on that CT side. And well, look, it was a nice shot from Masuta there to get them one back, but to have anything else in this round, it's looking very unlikely with 40 seconds left on the clock. ENCE have given up mid-control here. You can see how passive Hades is playing with that AWP. He doesn't want to drop the big green on over, and they will start to usher their way up through this connector position. But Spinks is coming from behind. That molly will hold him at bay for now. This will be on Madden and Hades.
Can't slip up here. And oh my god, Masuta's Deagle does find another. Magisk gets across, and ZywOo's hit the scout. This is not supposed to be happening. This was a half buy. Magisk has already got full CT control, an AK upgrade for ZywOo as well.
Spinks is low. There's a kill on Snappy, sure.
Oh dear.
This is very, very rough right now. Not like this, ENCE.
Yeah, no. I mean, this was supposed to be theirs, open and shut.
Magisk isn't ready for this.
Not
He's about to
yet.
get blindsided.
Oh, the sound.
Not at all.
Sound. Oh, he's not aware at all. Can ZywOo really clutch up at this HP?
Did he get spotted?
I don't think so. Over. Still strikes and separates. Snappy's gone. Spinks should have it. And he saves ENCE. A red face there. Sweat off the brow. This journey back into Mirage continues. So far, yet to see Vitality convert a T round. 3 from Spinks there. We were just talking about wanting to see him if they wanted any hope of converting and staying in the upper bracket.
But after this, it shouldn't have got any closer. So Masuta with a nice one back. This zinger right here enabled the way in, and a beautiful shot there from ZywOo up over towards the stair position. He does his best to clutch this one out, but Spinks, a safe pair of hands and a quick pair of hands, actually made it back to the AWP on top of Ticket, and Hades will be glad to get that back for the next round of play, because ZywOo has one of his own. Going toe-to-toe in a gun round here, round number 20, and they're out top mid quick as you like. Again, it's a bit more hesitant play, but not from Spinks. He's pushed forward. He's taking some liberties, taking some space, and almost crept around the corner for a fight right there. A flash forward.
That'll keep his feet planted, won't it? Madden wants to a look, and Magisk gives him a bullet.
They pushed on both extremities here, so both apartments had blue players, and now only one survives. Down a man. Lacking key information here. Mid is also not something that's being patrolled heavily from ENCE. It is dycha over towards the window room, the most furthest forward they have. It looks like they might have to start gambling here, as window does get smoked off. Connector as well. Molly in to clear out any rats in the hole. And this is going to be putting pressure on Hades with that AWP. He can get smoked, flashed, mollied, and even naded.
dycha blind and isolated, but no help. And Apex does manage to put it across. It's dupreeh that's right behind to keep that two-man advantage as the 14th now just hangs in the balance of Hades, and Spinks just flashed off. What's he supposed to contribute while staring at a white screen? Spinks at least is half rotated, but it seems like they're playing for the next round of play.
And if you are Vitality right now, you should be saving, especially the fact that Hades has given over the position. Nobody moving from Vitality, just playing statues over towards A. Masuda and Zaiwu at the ramp, and just over towards that balcony position. It looks like everybody is going to get to hold on to their goodies and carry it through to the next round. But this is the shot on the jumping dupreeh, trying to make his way quick for the hunt. Does get found. And now the first round for Vitality on this T-hole.
Which normally isn't much, you know, you go, your team's got the first T round, you don't really have to be fretting too much. But at this stage in the game, I think ENCE really had to, and will continue to look for a clean sheet. This is just one blemish they can't seem to avoid.
Context again for everybody playing at home in case you've missed it. Winner of this series right here will go forward to play the Movistar Riders, who upset G2 at the start of the day, for a spot in the playoff bracket. That means the LANXESS, the loser of this game, will be matched up against G2 in the lower bracket, and that's it. Whoever loses that game has been eliminated.
This must be the closest the Spanish have come to the LANXESS arena. I mean, this has gotta be something very special.
I asked Marpos yesterday, I said, what felt better, qualifying for the group stage or winning Valencia? And he legitimately said qualifying for the group stage.
Wow. Okay, well, that's a game to be looking forward to and clearing your schedules for. Again with this three-man lean early B-side.
It's so slow from Vitality.
It
is.
is.
They're not trying to get this done quickly. They're trying to pull the teeth that are ENCE. Just a few little annoying cavities here to get pulled on out, and they're going to secure themselves the win.
That's a great start for Hades. Another impactful connection. dycha stubborn. Oh, and Apex aware. Just, he's been through the motions so many times, he knows where to expect you. I don't know if he's expecting this. Nice angle from Spinks, does dink him up. dupreeh should be the dead man walking here. Fakes it out, lovely movement, bait and switch. Lovely from Spinks. So individuals certainly not asleep at the wheel.
Apex has made his way into the backlines just here, and he might have actually heard Hades running in spawn. So the bomb was hitting B, now back towards A, and if Apex can find this kill on the site, Madden might go down. He knows exactly where Hades is. The spam's not on, and it's just two remaining now. Magisk and Masuda to pull them into a 2-on-4 situation.
But back to Marpos. Winning his first tournament, ESL Challenger Valencia, less of an achievement in his mind than this group stage.
I don't know if less of an achievement.
Excited for it.
Yeah, because I think Cologne is on such a pedestal for a lot of these players. When you were in the come-up, right, Marpos is 25 years of age. You go back to when Cologne was a major, right? He was a teenager watching those type of events and playing Counter-Strike. It's a dream for a lot of people to play in the LANXESS, and for everybody who maybe has only been watching throughout the online era and is not too familiar, it used to be a major, which adds a lot of prestige, but then when it hasn't been a major, the fans have still been coming, and they have been some of the absolute best fans in the world, because not only are they here to watch some Germans play, we've seen Big in a final before, but they're here to watch good Counter-Strike, and they've always been such a solid crowd. You mentioned sold out before. This is a mainstay in the calendar, and it means a lot for players to get an opportunity to play in a crowd that size.
And to magnify that, 3 years we haven't been in that LANXESS arena. Oh God, Hades is in trouble this time. He got the opener last, but he's the first blood drawn here in round 22. Problematic for the ENCE.
Spinks again on this catwalk
How
position.
quick is their decision making? Like, after that, they are immediately grouping up this wolf pack about to emerge out mid.
Yeah, well, you know no AWP can be watching the mid position now. It's been dropped on the floor.
Smart. Let's make so... No, he's just a little too wide on that. This is running out of players. A bit of chip damage. dycha would have loved a frag, a lineup for his smoke.
Might be a one-way here.
Yeah, it should be. You have a gap, he does. Manufactured by himself. Well, on the fly lineup, very nice. dupreeh hiding behind the box in plain sight.
Gamble in the meantime from ENCE, Snappy and Madden on the B side, and dycha is also starting to gravitate over. They're hoping that it's a B hit, but if it's not, likely to hold on to these guns to defend against 15 that Vitality are almost certainly going to lock on in here. Dupree gravitating top mid, and the other 3 members to group with Magisk over towards this bomb site. Look at all the utility. They can smoke CT, they can smoke stairs, jungle, connector, whatever Apex wants them to do, they can follow through. They're just going to waltz on in, a free bomb site. It doesn't get easier than this to confirm your 15th round. It's been a long series, it's been an up and down series. We've had the back and forths, we've had some massive plays, and both teams showing that they can be extremely strong on the CT sides. All 3 of these maps have kicked off with the CT side just up to blistering hot halves. I think it's a 12-3, a 13-2, and an 11-4. So we completed the set.
Yeah, that is all of the strong leads.
No 15-0s here today, and maybe a 14-1 tomorrow. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But look at this. This is a hunt, and these are guns that ENCE desperately need to hold on to here. Loss bonus for them into the next round of play, Alex, it's naught. It is only 1,400. If they lose anything here, it's going to be very difficult to scrap together a buy.
Vitality can afford to at least send a Masuta in. As the bomb explodes, pick up the pace. On the jiggle they spot out, they know where they are, and it seems ENCE have survived. But Zonic with a deep inhale, readies himself for celebration. It does feel like a formality at this point.
Yeah, it's whimpering out here for ENCE, unfortunately. I think just after the first half, and they got the 2 rounds of that first half in the first 4 rounds of play, right? So it's been loss after loss until they flipped on over to the easier side, the CT side here, but it might all stop. Hades cannot get an AWP out. Will be rifles for the lot of them, and with the pace that Vitality have been going, it's hard to read where the finish is going to be because it hasn't been pacey, right? You're not expecting them to chop it up and go, all right, well, they've been hitting B a lot. Maybe now we'll expect something more mid-centric or maybe a bit more of an A execute. They're waiting for you to make the push, to make the mistake, to get a little bit antsy. See if you want to make the play. Well, ENCE are the ones who are down a massive hole. 8 required to take us to overtime here. And Vitality would love to close and get this one done. Get it in the books.
Get that rematch with the team. Movistar Riders met them in the play-ins, underestimated them in the play-ins. Won't be happening again in the upper bracket for the LANXESS, I'm sure. Those playoffs, as discussed, a hot prospect for all individuals in attendance here. Flash to clear.
Yeah, this is a nice close A-ramp smoke. Sorry, flash. You were bang on.
They are here this time. 5 on 5 still. Nice nade. Should chip away. Does. Masuta half health. Madden blind and in the flames. Executed by the ZywOo AWP. They may underestimate Hades. They haven't cleared him. They haven't cleared him. That's so unlike them. Vitality meet Hades M4. Impactful double, but still 30 seconds. Caught out again. Dia doing damage. ZywOo aggressive. It's Masuta and him. The 2 French finding themselves an advantage. Both winning their duels. It's Snappy to keep ENCE in it with a hope to stay in that upper bracket. Otherwise, they join G2. Heroic in the lowers any second now. Snappy to be swung upon. Masuta, low HP, will look for the answers for ZywOo. ZywOo will solve the mystery himself. Vitality, you can see what it means to them. A stark contrast to their victory against Sprout. The celebrations were non-existent. This one feels good.
Massive scalp to take here at ENCE. They're going to be in dismay right now, blown out of the water on this 3rd and final map of the series. They bounce back in map number 2, taking Dust 2, but you can see the look on Snappy's face. A lot of work to be done and a hard lower bracket to grind on out if the dreams of the LANXESS are something that ENCE want to achieve here at IEM Cologne.